So, as an ecologist, I also do a lot of surveys based on recommending restoration measures for areas of peatland. I've just come across this massive patch of bare peat here, and I want to talk to you about it because this is something that we would definitely aim to restore if I were to do a restoration on this area. So, one of the first things to notice about this peat is you can see it's all cracked here, and that means it is extremely dry. And that dry, cracked topsoil is going to be much more susceptible to erosion. You're going to have two types of erosion that are mainly going to affect this. You're going to have water erosion and wind erosion. But there are a few ways to restore it, so this is what I would do. So one of the first things you could try is seeding and then brashing this peat. So that would mean simply covering this in most likely dwarf shrub seed based on the vegetation around here, and then covering it in a layer of cut vegetation. And what that does is keep the heat and the moisture in the soil and create a much more preferable growing habitat for seeds, allowing them to germinate quickly and hopefully establish and then actually revegetate this layer of soil. Another way to restore it is plug plants. So instead of using seeds, you actually plug the ground every metre with an already established plant. So this would be either cotton grass or crowberry or potentially sphagnum moss if the peat is deep enough and it's wet enough. And then you could cover this in a layer of protection. So the most commonly used type at the minute is called geojute, which is a netting that again just helps to solidify that peat soil and helps the plug plants establish. But there's also been trials using wool as well. So that might be another option here. And finally, in terms of overall, what you could do for this moor is to block the roots draining the moor of the moisture. So the reason that all of this peat is so dry is because all of the moisture is going off the moor, down gullies or down grips, and is being drained away. So blocking those, allowing the moor to naturally re-wet, is also going to aid in halting the erosion of this peat. So yeah, those are just a few things you could do if you find a big area of bare peat like this one.